Catherine Zeta-Jones' iconic look as Elena Montero in The Mask of Zorro is a look I absolutely love. I think she looks breathtakingly beautiful in this movie, and I really wanted to recreate this. Hi guys, it's Lexi. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are recreating this Elena Montero, Mask of Zorro, Catherine Zeta-Jones inspired makeup look. Before we even get started, please drop in the comments and let me know if there are any other recreations you'd like me to do, any other celebrity recreations, decade recreations, era recreations. This movie is from the late 90s, and I feel like it really embodies and balances both a sun-kissed aspect but also that really sultry, dark, romantic aspect. So let's get right into it. I'm very excited about this tutorial. We're first going to start with brows. I'm taking my brow gel and brow pencil, and we're going to really do that classic 90s brows. So they are going to be a little bit thinner than my brows are currently. So I'm just going to brush these up and over. And I'm taking the Morphe brow pencil. I really like this brow pencil. I know you guys have probably heard me talk about it a million times. This is my favorite brow pencil. It's more affordable. The formula is the perfect consistency. It's not overly creamy and it's not overly waxy. And then I'm going to flip the brow pencil around and we're going to fill in the sparse areas. For me, that's typically on the edges of my brows. I actually just watched The Mask of Zorro probably 2 weeks ago now. She's just so beautiful in that movie, like breathtakingly beautiful, you know what I mean? I have done Catherine Zeta-Jones inspired makeup before on my other socials, but I really wanted to just sit down and do an in-depth tutorial on it because I really do enjoy pulling a lot of makeup inspiration from the 90s. I think that decade had some really great makeup. I'm excited, so we're going to get into it. We're going to do it all. And then I like to brush through the brow just to make sure that everything is nice and diffused, making sure that product is really nicely combed through. I love recreating celebrity makeup styles, decade era makeup styles. I have a playlist over on the other apps. If you don't know, I am very much a history buff. I love history. I collect antiques. I'm very much, I want to say I'm an old soul. I feel like that's so cliche to say, but I love antiques. Maybe one day I'll do sort of a tour of all my antiques because I take a lot of pride in the antiques that I have collected thus far. I'm going to take a brow gel now and brush the brows up and over. While the gel is still in there, I'm going to just take my finger and lightly scrunch these together just to give the illusion of a thinner brow. Just like so. Perfect. Okay. Moving on to the base, very much a satin base, so we're going to go in with a skin tint stick. I really like this one from Milani because it does give you that satin finish, but it also provides more coverage than a standard skin tint. And I'm just going to pick that skin tint up, and I'm going to rub this on the back of my hand, just apply that product there. I like to work off the back of my hand with base products just because I have more control over where I place them. So that's what we're doing. And then I'm picking that up. And I'm going to start to diffuse this all over the face. I had already prepped my skin with my skincare. I kept it pretty lightweight. We're just going to take this all over. Again, working in layers because I can build that up as I go. Now for the bronze in this look, we are going to take this around the perimeter of the face, and I want to keep it again in that satin family. So I'm taking a product that is a cream, but it sets down like a powder. This is the Westman Atelier Sun Tone Bronzing Creme. This one's in Soleil Parfait 2. It's a little bit deeper. I usually use Soleil Parfait 1. I think her makeup is leaning a little bit more bronzy, so that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to take the lighter of the two shades right here. So we're going in with the shade right here. So I'm just picking this up. And I'm going to start again on the perimeter of the cheeks. I'm going on those high cheekbones. I really like this formula because it leans a little bit more red, so it looks a little bit more natural as opposed to orange. And I'm just taking this all over those high cheekbones as well as the forehead. Super natural. I think Westman makes actually, well, if you don't know, I love the Westman Atelier products. I know they are pricey, but I do think they're worth it. The quality is fantastic. And the brush I'm using is the Jessup F01. These are on Amazon, and this reminds me a lot of another more pricey brush. I'm just gonna bronze. It might look a little crazy, but that's okay. We can always tone it down if needed. Just going right along the perimeter, and I'm using light tapping motions. I'm not swiping the bronzer. I'm actually bringing this a little bit towards the apples of the cheek as well. We are going to use blush, but I want to just get that initial bronze layer going on the cheeks. Okay, I think that should be good. I do like to go in with my bronzer, just warm it up and work it in layer by layer. So that's why it took a little bit longer to get that bronze effect that I wanted. I don't like to layer a ton of product on at once. I'm actually just going to go in with a little bit of a peach color corrector. I'm not really going to conceal too much. Right in the inner corners. Just blending that out and keeping that focused in the inner corner. I'm just taking that same foundation brush. I'm using, I forgot to mention, the Kosas color corrector in the shade Illusion. Now we can go in with blush. I think the perfect shade of blush is a peachy, sort of pinky peachy shade here. So I'm taking the shade She's Flushed from Patrick Ta. I'm going to take that on the smaller side of the F01 brush I was using, and I'm going to pick up that cream, apply it to the back of the hand, just so that I have more control over where I place the product. I'm going to focus this sort of in the hollows of the cheek, right here, just like so. Bring it slightly upwards. Yeah, I think that's exactly the sort of placement she has. I'm a big fan of keeping my blush sort of on the apples and the high points, so I like to bring it kind of over here. Sometimes I just do the apples. You know what's great about makeup? There's no rules. Do whatever you want. Have fun. Makeup's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be expressive, creative. We also are going to place powder blush on top, so I think we can call it good here. I actually just want a teeny bit more coverage in that inner portion of my eye. Now we of course are going in and setting the face, so I'm going to take some setting powder. Again, want to keep the base looking satin. I don't want to mattify it too much, so I'm choosing a powder that has a little bit of a sheen to it. It's still going to set and airbrush the face, but it's not going to completely mattify. This is the Kosas Cloud Set in the shade Candy, Translucent Candy. Tapping that excess off. Going on the inner corner of the eye, just like so. And then I like to take a brush for the remainder of my face, which is the forehead. I don't like to layer too much powder there. So if you have more mature skin, or you just want to apply less product, or you maybe have more forehead lines or wrinkles or anything like that, try a brush instead of a puff. It'll still set the face without completely powdering that area. I'm going to lightly cut the jaw, cut the cheek, just to sharpen up that cheekbone shape, cheekbone structure. Then we also are going to take the powder blush. I'm taking this on a blush brush, powder blush brush. And we are going to lightly set where we place that cream. It kind of goes a little bit heavy with the blush and the bronzer. We can always come back and add more if we need it. Then I'm just going to neutralize the eyelids before we go in with some eyeshadow. And then setting that down with powder as well. I like to work on a dry, smooth, clean canvas. Going in with a chocolate brown shade like this. I'm just going to apply this all over the eyelid. I'm taking this on a small blender brush. And then I'm just taking a little bit of this shade right here and adding that right into the crease, just like so. Also going to take that brown underneath the lash line, keeping this tucked against that bottom lash line. I'm not bringing it too far down. Then I'm taking a brown liner. We're going to draw this on the outer portion of our lid. Bring this about halfway through the lash line, like so. And then we're going to smudge it out. Just make sure it's nice and diffused. And again, this can be messy. We are going to take this in the tight line and then wrap this around the top waterline as well. Then we're going to curl our lashes and we'll add mascara, of course. Going in with a black mascara to add to that drama. What's your favorite 90s movie? What is your favorite 90s movie? I know this came out, I think, in 98. I was born in 97, so I was one, but what's your favorite 90s movie? I can name, I mean, I'm definitely a 2000s movie gal. I think I have the eye nailed down. I really do like that. It's soft, it's sultry. It's not soft, it's sultry. It's a little dramatic, but it's not totally in your face. I think once we add the lip, it's really going to come together. Now we're going in with our lip liner. I'm taking Persona in 90210. It's a deeper reddish brown. And we're going to line the lips. Yeah, I think the shade is perfect. I feel like I could go even deeper. Maybe try this deep mauve shade. Now, I want to use Rum Raisin by Revlon. I feel like this will be a good shade. Yeah, that is perfect. I actually haven't used this since probably last fall. I feel like it's a very much a fall shade, which we're actually approaching on. I think this gives us a perfect amount of, again, that satin finish. It's not a matte lip, but it's not a glossy lip. It's perfect for this look. And I think that might be the completed Elena Montero inspired Catherine Zeta-Jones Mask of Zorro makeup look. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Please let me know what other makeup you'd like me to recreate, any other celebrities, any other decades, eras, anything you want to see. Let me know. I have so much fun recreating these types of makeup looks. So thankful you're here. I'm so grateful you watched till the end, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.